Good morning, Catherine.
Hi, Malcolm.
And James. Good. Okay. We're going to finish this move up today. We're going to work on the third part. We'll review parts one and part two. But to get going, let's do the form as we know it so far from the very beginning. All right, Catherine, why don't you lead us in one?
Okay. Not sure.
Okay, watch my left hand. I'm going to do a lot of stuff, but I want you to watch the left hand.
Oh, goes down. Mm. Mm.
The reason it goes down is you have hold of somebody's hand, all right? And you're twisting it and you bring it into your Dan Shen as you do this. So now Master Zhang Master Zhang used to say, you know, he learned a little English, but it was just mostly just some individual words. So he learned the word nipple and the word navel, and he would go nipple to navel, nipple to navel, nipple to navel, nipple to navel, right? Only he didn't pronounce them really like an English speaker would pronounce them, but you understood what he meant, right? So one more. Why is your hand up here, for instance, right? And then you raise the hand up. It's because you're actually reinforcing this arm. This is going to be an elbow strike, and if you have your other hand here, you your elbow strike is stronger. But as soon as you have the strike done, you lower it into another movement, right? So this is a movement, this is a movement, this is a movement, right? But of course, you don't want to go 1, 2, 3 like that. You want it to flow a little bit more. Catherine, does that make sense?
Yes, yes. But
Okay.
I think that at my level, if I actually stop, like for all the strikes, it's maybe better for me right now,
Yeah.
instead of trying to do it like smoothly and with no,
Articulation.
yeah.
Yeah. As you get more and more familiar with the form, the smoothness will just happen naturally. You don't have to worry about it. So you're right. You need to, and
I
as a
need
teacher,
to
what's
I
that?
need to mark the strikes, because
Yeah.
it and then it's in my head, and then I can just have them internally, but at least I know exactly where they are. Otherwise, it's seamless, but at the same time meaningless. So
Well, there's no bones. There's no,
yeah.
Masters Master Jean used to say, no bone, no bone. You have no bone. You jellyfish Tai Chi. Jellyfish Tai Chi. There's no bones inside it, right? And there should be bones inside your Tai Chi. So you're absolutely right. And then the smoothness just happens naturally after you get all the bones, then you just relax, and instead of doing boom and then boom, uh, it just naturally smooths out.
Yeah.
So, uh, but you're right. You know all the places in there. Now this is interesting, guys, because um, even after all these years teaching, I'm still, every day, I really try to learn to be a better teacher. And something like this. Why is your hand, why is this hand up here, right? Well, I know why, but I didn't tell you before.
Mm.
It just didn't come into my head to tell you because I was focusing on this and focusing on this, and I sort of forgot about the thing in the middle. So learning to teach is a whole different thing than learning to form yourself, because you have to clarify everything in language and in structure so that you can get this. All right. Also, take this into account. Of all the styles of Tai Chi, this is the hardest one. This style of Tai, it is. This style of Tai Chi is much harder than Yang style, which is what most people do, right? This is the original style. All the other styles are simplified, simplified, simplified. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, they're just simpler, right? This one's very complex. Why are you doing that? With one hand, you're twisting the guy's arm. Twisting.
Other than
Watch this. Twist, twist, twist. It's not the arm, it's this. Twist. All right? And then what's the other side doing? The other side is going just the opposite way. Twist, twist, twist. So on the outside in your physical body, because one's going one way and the other's going the other way, they will cancel each other out. And it looks like nothing is happening, but that's a deceptive, that's very deceptive. In fact, um, when you consider an energy channel like the daimai, right? You think, well, energy is going to go in the channel and it goes like water through a pipe. That's a metaphor for it. And you think, well, the water can only go one way, right? Or it could go the other way. But the truth is, it can go both ways at once, right? It can go in both directions at the same time because it's not water, it's not physical. So there's two energies here. This one's going like this, which means the daimai is going like this. This one's going like that. So the daimai is going like that. They're both going at the same time. One's going to the left and the other's going to the right, and they cancel each other out in the physical body, but they don't cancel each other out in the energy body. Does that make sense, James? Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
that one has always baffled me.
Well, now you know.
Well, to forget, no doubt, but yes, I know.
So, Catherine, I noticed when you did the form, there were a number of places where your use of the left hand was, um,
Not good.
well, no,
Let's say it.
I wouldn't phrase it that way. It's
Not
clear,
right.
it's clear that you don't understand what the left hand is doing there. So, oh, yeah, of course it's not correct, but that's, who cares? The point is there's a hole in your form.
Mm.
Everybody, without exception, even the greatest masters, when they first learn the form, there are holes in the form. And then it takes a long time to fill those holes in.
Mm.
So something like what we just talked about here, right? Boom, boom. Maybe that will fill in a couple of holes. But what I would say is pay a little attention. This form that we're doing is a right-handed form. This is a right-handed form. All right? Believe it or not, there are left-handed forms. Think about doing this, but doing it the opposite way. So instead of doing the first move like this, to the right, right? Now you got to do it to the left. I, I remember a guy in Master Zhang's class. He was left-handed. And one time Zhang just happened to mention in passing, well, this is a right-handed form, you know. And the guy goes, well, how do I learn the left-handed forms? He said, well, just learn the right-handed forms and then just do it in the opposite way, all right? In other words, it's up to you. We just teach the right hand. 90% of people are right-handed, so they teach the right-handed form. If you want to learn the left-handed one, it's up to you to do that. It's very difficult, all right? Nevertheless, so I'm not in this lifetime, I'm not going to worry about it, but it is a right-handed form. So we're doing this. We're not doing this, right? We're doing this, and then boom, instead of this, right? And then boom. Now, if you pay attention to the form, you'll notice that they incorporate in the form many of the left-handed moves. So you'll get a lot of the left-handed side of things. The other option is when you fight with somebody, you just tell them, I can only fight on the right side. I can only fight on this side. I can't fight on this side. So don't go over here. I can only fight over here. All right. Okay, so Catherine, I would just pay a little attention to the left side. This is not something really focused particularly on you. Everybody should pay that attention. Because it's a right-handed form, we pay a lot of attention to this side and we sort of ignore this side. Mm-hmm. But this side is just as important, right? When you're doing a move like an elbow strike, you can do it without the left hand, right? But if you have both hands, right, both arms, that's not nothing. It's both together that really makes it work, makes it strong. Okay, James, let me see you do it. James, say something.
Something.
Good. Okay. So, James, to my eye, that seemed better than yesterday. A little more lively, a little more extension of your chi. So, good on you. All right, we've only got 15 minutes left here, so we need to focus on the third part of move number 6. And let me demonstrate that for you. All right. I'll do it in both positions, and we'll do it in context, right? Okay, and now I'm gonna turn from this direction to this direction, so when we get to part 3, I'm facing you, and you can see the structure a little better. Now, to learn this, we got to slow it down and look at the underlying structure. The underlying structure of part 3 is a figure 8. It's very simple. Figure 8. Now, that's sort of a perfect figure 8. And the first one that you do, there's 3 of them in a row, 3 figure 8s in a row. The first one is kind of perfect, like I just demonstrated. The second one is sort of squished down, like an elephant sat on it. The third one's even more squished down, but let me demonstrate it for you and you'll see what I mean. figure eight, figure eight, figure eight. All right? So the first one's perfect, the second one is squished, the third one's almost flat. All right? But underneath those variations, it's still a figure eight. Figure eight, chin up. Figure eight, strike to the right. Figure eight, white crane spreads its wings. Okay. Figure eight, step forward, chin up. Figure eight, strike to the right. Lean back, figure eight, step up, white crane spreads its wings. All right? So, two things when you get to this. Notice this hand is not just laying there. It's in a particular structure. All right? This arm is curved. This arm is also curved. So the hand is beside the hip and sort of raised. It's right above your knee. And you're looking out over this hand, over your tallest finger. You're looking right over it. Again. Figure eight, step out, chin up. Figure eight, hit to the right. Figure eight, white crane spreads its wings. One more. Figure eight, step out, chin up. Figure eight, strike to the right. Onto the back foot, bring your weight to the back foot. Right? Lift your right toes. Figure eight, step up, and white crane spreads its wings. The very last motion here is called Zo 1. The wrist is 1. Zo means to sit down. Zoan means to seat the wrist. Watch. All right? You have to make that noise when you do it. You all know Bruce Lee's famous 1-inch punch. That's it. That's how you do a 1-inch punch. You're striking with the heel of the palm. Now the trick to it is you don't do it with the hand. You do it with this. Watch this. Watch right here. You snap that. And the snap goes through your body and then out the end of your hand. Yeah, you're getting it. White crane, snap. Okay, let's do the whole third section here. weight on your left, figure eight, step out, now weight on your right. Figure eight, hit to the right, weight back to your left, figure eight, white crane spreads its wings, and a 1-inch punch at the end. Clear? No.
Malcolm, can you do it one last time exactly as you did it 5 seconds ago, because it wasn't the same than 5 minutes ago. The way you say it was different.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what I said or didn't say. All right. Figure eight, step out. Figure eight, hit to the right. Figure eight, white crane spreads its wings, and a 1-inch punch. All right. Now, so that's the language. So if I use that language to describe it, what I'm skipping over is where your weight is.
Mm.
And it is important, it does change. So let me do it one more time, and let me focus on where the weight is. All right, weight is on the left. Weight is right. Weight is left. Weight is right. All right, there's no weight on that leg at all. Okay, is that clear? You're gonna have to wait for the recording on this and just keep doing it. But just remember, the basic underlying structure is a figure eight. There are 3 figure eights in a row. Figure eight, chin up. Figure eight, hit to the right. Figure eight, white crane, and then it ends with a 1-inch punch. Get that part of it, and then next weekend we can take a little time to look at, if you're not quite clear on where the weights should be, we'll spend a few minutes on that. Let me do it a couple of times facing this direction, because you may see a little bit more about where the weight is supposed to be. All right. Oh, another thing I should say, when you watch people who really know the form well, it's going to look just slightly different. And I'll show you why. I'm going to face this direction again. This is the way we've been doing it. And so on. But often what you'll see is this. Now, what's the difference? All I did in the first one is stop.
Yeah.
Stop. And then go on. Boom. But in reality, you don't stop. You just go right on through. Boom. But it's okay. Right now, just stop and then do the figure eight, second figure eight, third figure eight. So practice that during the week, and then next Saturday, we'll see how you're doing, and we'll work on this just a little bit to smooth it up, all right? Okay, guys, you have yourselves a great day. We'll see you next time. Ciao.